We share the Pacific Ocean, a vast expanse of water that has been a global resource for food, livelihood, transport, and recreation for centuries. Yet, we have all witnessed how life on this changing planet has created new risks for our region. Our islands share common threats of climate change that range from rising temperatures and sea levels, which threaten our well-being and survival, to ocean acidification and salinization, which affect our food and water security, the spread of vector-borne diseases, worsening air pollution, more extreme typhoons and other weather events, and countless other challenges that have serious ecological, security, and health implications. These are not easy times for the peoples of the Pacific. Yet our countries have also taken the lead in international collaboration and action. We have all pushed for the adoption of the Paris Climate Agreement, particularly its goal to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius in order to provide our countries a fighting chance to not only survive, but also thrive. Under our President, Rodrigo Duterte, our government's policy has been to reach out and establish friendly relations to all nations. There is no better place to make this happen than among our Pacific Island country neighbors, all leaders in the climate front. The Federated States of Micronesia, Fiji, Kiribati, Nauru, Palau, Republic of the Marshall Islands, and Tuvalu. It is Fiji who brought to the United Nations climate negotiations the Talanoa Dialogue, and we shall aspire for that spirit of inclusiveness, participation, and transparency during this forum. Likewise, the Republic of Marshall Islands will soon chair the Climate Vulnerable Forum, a formidable coalition of 48 developing countries. We are proud to have chaired the Climate Vulnerable Forum through the negotiations for the Paris Agreement, and we are eager to continue the fight for global climate action with the rest of the forum under your leadership. Dr. Susan Mercado has brought to our attention how the Philippines is a major referral point for patients needing advanced medical and surgical care from the Pacific. I am told that this happened spontaneously over many years. Perhaps it is time for us to strengthen our partnership. I am sure you will hear more of this from our Secretary of Health, Francisco T. Duque III. We can find ways to overcome the barriers of distance if we build strong working relationships and solve our problems together. Beyond the Pacific Ocean, we can share ideas, resources, expertise, and build a common vision for peace, health, and security in the Asia-Pacific region. I welcome you to the Philippines and look forward to a productive meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Councilor Mary Josel D. Villafuerte. Moving on, may we call the Secretary of the Department of Health, Secretary Francisco T. Duque III, for his message and to subsequently introduce our guest of honor.
I'll go straight to the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and privilege to present to you the country's champion of universal healthcare, His Excellency, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Kindly sit down. Thank you for your courtesy. Health Secretary Francisco Duque, Climate Change Commission Secretary Emmanuel de Guzman, the honorable members of the health from other Asia-Pacific island countries and other participants who are here with us today, His Excellency Xiao, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Philippines, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I have a two-page speech. I can finish this in about the most is 2 minutes. Then what do we do? And that is why I propose that I will just read the speech. I do not really give speeches. I want to dialogue sort of with the audience. Speeches, more than anybody of you here, bores me to death. And so I tend to just deliver extemporaneous. I ignore, but sometimes, because maybe of the energy that this staff has also, I kind of want to repay their toil. Maybe this prepared was done this noontime hurriedly. So after my talk, or would you rather that I will just read my speech and talk to you individually later? What seems to be the problem, what ails the country of the Philippines? Just like any other country in the world, it is vulnerable to what? Changes. Well, number one is because the carbon footprint, they say, is just too many, too heavy a load for Mother Earth to carry. And so we had this climate change conference, and may I just read it so that you'd know that I'm here and I'm with you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to stand before you today and witness a new partnership that will be forged among regional players in the health sector. We acknowledge the joint efforts of the Department of Health, the Department of Foreign Affairs, the Climate Change Commission, and our private partners for hosting this cross-country conference, which explores opportunities for network approach, common markets, and sub-regional procurement for goods, drugs, and services. This is a very important event that will enable countries in the Asia-Pacific to explore practical solutions to solve shared health problems and overcome common challenges in delivering essential medical services to our peoples. Those of us located in the region, especially to the many island countries like ours, are indeed facing a very complex issue when it comes to healthcare. Our geography has made it establishing effective health systems that will be very difficult and costly. This vulnerability has become even more pronounced in times of natural disasters and calamities. Therefore, if we are to genuinely secure the welfare of our peoples in the region, a comprehensive and network approach to delivering health care, employing the latest tools, innovations, techniques, and solutions must be adopted. We must harmonize our people's strategies so we can build responsive, effective, and resilient health systems that will not only withstand disaster, but also assist our neighbors in times of need. Indeed, the distance between us will be vast, but if we work together, we can bridge this gap and build a network of cooperation and collaboration. After all, to what end did we make our advancement in medicine, logistics, science, and technology? What use would it be if we could not use them to help our fellow men and utilize the resources to enhance our shared humanity? To the delegates, rest assured that you have my full support as you engage with your counterparts and partners in our region and the rest of the world. A much happier place to live in, and together let us make it happen, not just for ourselves, but for the generations to come. Thank you, and before I say my goodbye, we were late in enrolling ourselves in the Commission on Climate Change. I had my doubts if could we ever compel the other nations, especially the big and powerful ones, to also obey the commonality of our determination. True enough, the United States withdrew from the, I don't know why. I really do not, I have to fathom the reason or even the rationale or rationale of the withdrawal. Is it because it cannot work hand in hand with other nations? Or is it because Trump would like to do it alone? He's my friend, and well, of course, I've been invited to the United States several times, but you know, it's not because of anybody or any place there. It has something to do with the schedule. It can only be a regional flight, so I can go, fly in and fly out in the evening. That would be very easy. But the long haul of 13, 14 hours would kill me. I used to fly when I was young. Many years. I had accumulated something like 670 hours of flying. But for the life of me, I cannot stand long flights anymore. Even at the recovery of the jet lag, it would take me about almost 2 to 3 days to just stretch it out before I can function as a person outside. And so we would like to see, at least my country, that there's really something of a good faith on the part of everybody to do his share of the endeavor. There has to be an enterprise in the approach, business-like. You honor your word,